Hello and welcome to this episode of Shine Time. I'm your host Olivia Royster, and today I'm joined with Jaime Dennison, Director of Conference Services here at NSU. She manages all campus space and external events on campus. Jaime, hello.
Hello.
All right, so can you just first of all just tell me about where you're from, what did you study, where did you study?
Sure. I am originally from Virginia Beach, so I'm born and raised here in 757. I graduated from Old Dominion in 2005, and I studied communication.
Communications, okay, so that's, is that difference? Is that a difference from mass communications?
Yes.
Or, okay.
So the difference is that it's not really a focus on like production and television, but more like writing and overall techniques and style. Yeah.
Okay. So right now you are the director of conference events here on campus, or conference services and events on campus. How is that what you learned in undergrad applied to what you're doing now?
So really it helps me to build relationships and be able to talk to people. It's really important to go out into the community to, bring business to Norfolk State, help us raise money. So being able to, get my message across, tell the story of NSU, I learned all that with communication.
Okay, so what other responsibilities do you have as the director?
So daily, I am in charge of basically all the events on campus. I have to cross my desk. So all the student events, the departmental events, all the space on campus. I'm not sure if you all are familiar with 25 Live. I'm the administrator of that system. So basically just making sure everything is running smoothly on campus.
Okay. So what are the other roles of the department? Like how does the department as a whole work on campus?
So I'm a one-woman show.
Okay.
So yes.
All right.
I do have student workers, and I work closely with lots of departments on campus. So we are all a team to make sure parking is straight, rooms are clean, everything is set up, AV is where it's supposed to be. So we all work as a team.
Okay, so there's like student interns or?
I have work study students, and
okay.
part-time hourlies.
Okay, all right. So those sound like some good opportunities for students to apply for, like I guess each semester or each year?
Yep, the semester, or if you want to stay on for the year, I do welcome student employees, and not only do they work with the events, but also marketing, branding, and some other things that auxiliary services handles.
Okay. All right. So as far as like events that we have, like we just recently had the MCJR week. What was your role in for events like those?
So for MCJR week, we just make sure that the space is booked, everything that you request for that room and for the event is set up properly, and on time. That you start on time, you get out on time, and just make sure that all of the needs are met.
Okay. So how long have you been working at NSU?
I have been at NSU for 15 years.
Wow.
In different capacities.
Congratulations.
Yes. That's a long time, I know.
It is. It is. So when you first started here, I'm assuming you didn't start out as a director. So 15 years, that would be, I'm
2009.
2009. So that's about 4 years after you graduated. What was your first job?
So my first job here at NSU, I was a gift processor with University Advancement.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
So how did you get to where you are now?
So when I was in advancement, a lot of one of the big parts of being in university advancement is fundraising, and I realized that that wasn't really my niche. So I switched over to auxiliary services, where I was a facility rental coordinator, which is similar to what I do now, but just on a smaller scale, because the department that I am over now, it didn't exist back then.
Okay, so you were one of the first to, I guess, pioneer that department.
Yeah.
Okay. So, were you involved in any student orgs or any other groups while you're in undergrad?
I am a proud member of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated. I crossed in 2003. And then I was also a member of the Black Student Alliance on campus. So yeah.
Okay, so so working with some of those organizations now, do you feel like, oh, that I used to be there in their shoes? Do you give them advice? Do you mentor them?
I do. I welcome like all students to come to my office, sit, chat. I love to give advice. I try to build relationships with, all the students, especially my student workers. I am close with all of them. So yes, I do see, the Deltas on campus, and I speak to them and try to get to know them as well too.
Oh, I'm sure they really appreciate that. Just to have you, kind of with the path that you've had to be a mentor and guide them in a way that not many people, I mean, I've never heard of coming from communications to be a director in events, at least in the way that you have had. So how can students or faculty members get in touch with you if they want to bring someone on campus? We've had lots of guests the past semester. How do they get in touch with you about that?
So they can call my office or they can reach me via email at jrdennison@nsu.edu.
Okay.
And then we also have a website. If you just, search in conference services on the NSU website, you can find us there as well.
Okay. So do you have a favorite experience or just a memory that stands out to you with, I guess, in your role as the director?
Of course, probably my favorite ongoing experience here on campus is homecoming. It's a lot of work going into it, but the week of homecoming is probably like the culmination of everyone's hard work. So to see everything kind of come together every year with the different themes, the different events, that's probably my favorite thing every year.
Wow, I can imagine that's a lot of work.
It is a lot of work.
When you start planning, I'm sure in the summer maybe, or?
I don't think we've had a homecoming meeting just yet, but yeah, during the summer we started having homecoming meetings.
Wow, is there anything that you might like to do for homecoming this year or next year that you can say?
I don't know. I can't think of anything off the top of my head.
Okay.
Yeah, probably a different concert, maybe a concert for the alumni on campus as well.
Okay.
I would like to do that.
Okay, all right, I like that. Okay, I'm sure anything they would love. So what would you say is your favorite thing about your job?
Just being, I'm a social butterfly, so I like talking to people. I like getting out of the office, going to different departments and just meeting the people that I talk to all the time. Like, a lot of times you email people all the time and then you never get to put a face with the name. So when we have different events on campus, I love to go just to show my face and say, hey, I'm Jamie and, I was working with you, and just to get to know people.
Wow. I mean, that's really nice, though, that even though you didn't come here as a student, it still feels like a family, like a home for you.
It's very much home.
Which is so nice. So are there any other mentors that have helped you along the way?
So my supervisor now, she is also a member of Delta, and she has been my mentor, like ever since I have been here at NSU. And then another mentor of mine, her name is Sonia Still. She's the commissioner of the MEAC. She's also one of my big sisters, and she has been a mentor to me over the years.
Oh, wow. That is incredible. Is there any advice that you would say for students who would like to be involved in the department in some way but don't know how? I know you said that you have work-study students, but I guess what are you looking for students who want to be involved?
Someone that is flexible, that can follow direction, someone that can take charge, and just think on their feet.
Okay.
Yeah, because in events, things can change.
Right, it's very fast-paced.
Yeah,
too.
so you have to be able to pivot.
Okay. Well, unfortunately, that is all the time we have today. I would like to thank Jamie for joining me, and I'd like to thank you for watching. Until next time, I'm your host, Olivia Royster. And as always, behold the green and gold.